Oh, I don't want to disconnect that. Let me turn up the volume and see everything is okay on my end. Monday, July 30th. Of course. Let me go put this in here and see. I'll be able to hear myself. Come on. Refresh the page. Why is it frozen? It's live. Hi, how are you doing? Good morning. I'm still doing the audio check to make sure I can hear everything clearly. Thank you for coming in. Today it is a Monday, so I was right. I'm like, today feels like Monday. I'm right on time. Look at all those happy hands. Hi, dude. How was your weekend? Mine's been awesome. Let me get this set up so I can respond to you guys in real time, like far as typing. For some reason, it's stuck. Let me try something really quickly. I'll try refreshing the page and seeing if I could get in here so I can reply to you all at the same time. Happy Monday! It is already June, the last day of June. Really? That is wonderful. That is some good news. I'm happy for you for that. It's good to have good news like that, and it is so relaxing. I like to have my snacks and stuff with it also. You know, I gotta have my snacks. Popcorn, at least at the minimum, some popcorn, microwave popcorn, a soda. I will have like a Sprite or something clear. Every once in a while, you know, I will start playing Roblox and I'll have like a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one of my favorite drinks. When I'm on Roblox though, I tend to gravitate to, you know, chips, microwave popcorn, and a clear drink such as a Sprite, because it seems so easy going, and if I accidentally spill my drink, I won't get everything messed up. Hi, Almost Genius. Hi, Lalani and Goddess, Almost Genius, and Otis 999. Thank you guys for coming in. Yeah, so those are my go-to things when playing that or anything in general. And when I'm reading, I like to have potato chips with me to lightly snack because it's fun. I've noticed when I read, I have a tendency to have my highlighters and ink pens with me because there's a lot of words in certain books I gravitate to that I don't know what they mean, and sometimes I just want to get through the book first and then reread it again for more understanding. So by saying that, I had to highlight a lot of words I don't think I have a full understanding of in paragraphs and stuff. And then when I reread it again, I can have like the dictionary by me. I know that's old school, the dictionary or the online dictionary in front of me, so I can read what the stuff is saying. What I like about reading on a Kindle or like on a tablet is that it eliminates all of the heavy labor of having to have ink pens, markers, and notebooks with me, because I can just highlight like the word and it'll give me the definition right in the tablet. Yeah, thank you for your encouragement. The people, they come and go in vast amounts in here. It's really neat and odd how that works. One time I had like 36 people in here at one time. I think I was able to keep their attention for 5 minutes and I was happy. So I do appreciate the volume of the flow of people who come in, and the fact that I can hold their attention for a little bit means a lot to me. Otis said he likes reading too. So do I. It's really fun. I actually have a good memory on how I was actually, to my mind, first introduced to reading, and it was stereotypical. I was in either kindergarten or preschool? I would like to say kindergarten. We took a trip to the library. That's how my kindergarten teacher was like, "Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going somewhere special. We're going to the library." I'm like, "The library? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Otis." And so in our library, well, our school library, it was my first time going in there because every time I had the luxury to go by there, I always saw the big kids in there. So I'm like, that must be where the big kids go. Keep in mind, I was tiny, kindergarten. So we actually took a class trip to the library, and the library was so big. It reminds me of libraries I see on TV shows, where if you live in a bigger city, for example, I'm here in Georgia, so the schools are just naturally bigger. I grew up in a small town, so everything was tiny. But at that particular school, I think because it was in the city at that time, it was big. That library was so big. To me, it seemed bigger than the grocery store we shopped at. And it was amazing. So many books everywhere. So many little slips and bars of color. And everything like that. Yes, I remember when my phone exploded. It was terrible. I don't want that to ever happen again. You remember that story. I know I just said it, but a lot of things can happen between the last time I made a video, which was yesterday and today. But that was my first experience with the library, and I met our librarian. That's when I learned about the librarian in kindergarten. And after she gave us a tour of the library, told us what it was about, told us how we can come here to learn things, and it was a process where you can build trust and confidence within yourself to have a library card and check out. I think we could check out 5 books at a time, and then it was our responsibility to bring them back, take care of them. I thought that was amazing. And then at the end of that, to my surprise, we were able to go to this table where we were able to choose one book we could take home to have on our very own to keep. I was so happy. I never experienced anything like that before. Yes, I did grow up in the inner city, and going to the school library to me was just a wonderful experience, and that started my journey and trip on starting to want to read. So those things do help in school. Yes, libraries are big. Now in my town, where I was born and raised in Saginaw, Michigan. Not Saginaw, Texas, Saginaw, Michigan. And we had we had only one major library, and that was in like the center of the city. And with my upbringing, we weren't allowed to go there all the time because my dad was really strict, and he said that it's not a good part of town to be in. So we rarely went to the library. And when I finally got to go to a library is when we moved to the suburbs. And that library was brand new. I think that library was built in early 1991. Right around the time we first moved to the suburbs. So it was a very small, because we lived in a small suburban town. It was a small library, so it was nothing compared to the big city library in the hub of the city. So I pretty much grew up in a matchbox library where I was able to experience the big libraries until now. I can't believe my brother said my big brother is the senior. Wow! I'm so happy for my brother, but I still had to go to school because I'm a child. Aw, and in 3rd grade. Aw, that's amazing. I remember being in 3rd grade. Yes. When I was in 3rd grade, it seemed like life went slow for me, because I had to learn a lot of new things in 3rd grade that I didn't want to have to experience so soon. Meaning, just to keep it light, I grew up in the inner city where all I was familiar with was seeing people of my color. And then we moved to a Caucasian suburb where I was basically culture shocked, and I was submerged into a new way of thinking, a new way of how people outside of myself viewed it. So it was very hard for me to pay attention to my studies because I was so stuck on the mind trap of how people not like me viewed me. So it was very hard for me. It went by slowly, but before you know it though, you will be in 4th grade and the next step will be middle school, and it will go by so fast. So just keep going. Keep going, and congratulations for being in 3rd grade. That's a big step. When I was in 3rd grade, our teacher's focus for us to learn was decimal places. I believe we had to learn how to start reciting larger numbers like 1,472. We had to emphasize, she emphasized in 3rd grade us remembering the 50 states. There was a United States song that we had to sing, and they tried to drill it into our heads so we could recite all 50 states, you know. Do they still say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore? At our time, we definitely had to start our morning saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will roll into our topics. Well, for me, I was introduced to like Black History Month. That's when I was first introduced to like who is this Sojourner Truth, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, because they will have the picture stapled around on the side of the wall facing our window, and our window faced the recess playground, which was cool. So those are some of the things we had to learn mostly in 3rd grade. I'm trying to think of anything else in 3rd grade that was core as far as having to remember that will have us pass to the 4th grade. See, and you're going to the 4th grade next time. Yeah, because you're in summer vacation now. So when I was in hold on. Yeah, and I know, right? And you have to take that little, y'all. You guys have to take computers on the, you guys have to take your tests on the computers now. Wow. We started getting introduced more to technology when I was in 5th grade, but we got our first taste of a computer. It was this is old, an Apple Mac computer in 4th grade. Our teacher brought it in for us so we could have the experience and not be left behind in technology for our particular class. You guys still do the Pledge of Allegiance? Okay, yeah, we had to do that too. Oh, thank you so much. You're gonna make me cry. Thank you so much. So you guys still do the Pledge of Allegiance, y'all. Now, when I'm going to go back to 3rd grade really quickly because that's where I remember the most having to say it. In our 3rd grade class, our Pledge of Allegiance flag was the closest to my table. We sat at tables, and I think our tables consist of 6 students to a group, 6 to 7. So my desk was closest to the flag, and our flag was in the corner. It was in the far right corner where we had the Star Spangled Banner poster, like the Constitution, our presidents, information about the current president we may have had, well, we had at that time, and the flag. And so, y'all, the flag was closest to my desk at my table. I do remember that, and we had to say it too. Now, going to 4th grade, what I remember is our teacher being nice and bringing one of his older computers to share with the class so we can be familiar with the computer. I don't recall us taking tests on there, but what we did, we got to take turns to play this game on there called Oregon Trail. Now, Oregon Trail, if you're unfamiliar with it, there's an episode on Teen Titans Go. They do a whole episode talking about the game. It is so funny. So they're referring to a time in the early 90s to which I grew up in. When I was in 4th grade, it was late 1994. It was late 1993 going into 1994 when I was actually in 4th grade. And we were playing Oregon Trail in class. And once again, they talk about that game in episode of Teen Titans Go, and they were like, "Not Starfire," but I don't want to be a spoiler alert in there. In fourth grade, what I remember that we were getting taught was English. It was an emphasis on English. Even though I am American, full-blooded American. Both of my parents are American, so am I. I am not mixed. I am black. I still struggle with the English language of getting subject, predicate, verbs, nouns, and adjectives. I get that stuff all mixed up. But that's the things in fourth grade for me that was emphasized. And we had spelling lists. It seems like I paid attention more to the fact that we had longer spelling lists. I think for us, we had 16 to 17 spelling words to remember every week for spelling class, you know. Wow, so you guys, 999 says they have to do, Otis 999 said they do tests on paper and computer, both. Lilani and Goddess, do you guys also do take tests on paper and computer? That's multi. You do take tests different ways, not just one way. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we have spelling lists. And to me, that was intimidating because it was like, how am I supposed to remember all of these letters every week? That's what I first thought, you know, because it was new to me. Each grade you have, there's a new challenge. So it seems overwhelming at first when the teacher tells you about what you're going to be learning this year and how you're going to be learning it, and perhaps why. Since it's new and you've leveled up like in a video game, it's going to seem so challenging to some. But you find out as the first week goes by, the second week goes by, you'll start to find a pattern and be comfortable and find a way to get into your studies and find a way to learn your homework and assignments. And also realize when it can be overwhelming, so you can ask for help to get your homework done, you know, things like that. Or tell your teacher, like, this is really difficult. Do you have another way you can please teach me how to remember this? Or I'm really having a difficult time understanding this. You know, you talk to your teacher about that, and he or she will be like, well, maybe I can get you some special tutoring or some special help. Maybe we can set aside some time so I can help you go over these things. In some cases, that can happen. Thank you so much for your subscription. I like to go back to the paper test and the computer test. My first time taking a test on the computer, I had to think. That might have been in 5th grade. Yup. When I was in 5th grade, late 1994, early 95, I started taking tests on the paper and computer. We took a lot more quizzes on there. You know, tests and quizzes, to me, they seem like the same thing, because you want to pass both of them. They're asking you all these questions. Oh, very good, Lulali. It sounds like you have a good pattern of completing things that you start, and that's a positive aspect to have in all things, you know. There will come a time in life where if you have it built into you to can finish what you start. Every once in a while there'll be projects where you might like, whoa, this is a lot, I'm gonna have to take a break. Taking a break doesn't mean you're stopping. It's just you taking a break to figure out how you can, you know, complete the task. But that's very good, and the things that you do, you know, you finish what you start. So congratulations on leveling up and finishing that. That's very good. So hey, congratulations on that. I have to stop and clap. That's very good. I'm very proud of you guys passing your classes. And please be advised, if you come to a point in your life, if you haven't already, and you haven't passed the class because you just weren't able to get it, it's better to find out that information now while you're starting your education so early. So I'd rather find out the issues. It's best to find out the issues that you have now as far as learning. The earlier the better. So as you move forward and you start turning into a teenager, life won't be so hard, you know. So sidebar, and I'm saying this for example, when I was in 6th grade, I struggled very badly with my math. Very, very badly, to the point where I probably was going to fail 6th grade because my math. So I had to go to summer school so I could do extra work during the summer so I can pass to the next grade. And there had to be a point when I was in summer school where even that wasn't enough, because my teacher talked to my mom and was really trying to consider me to, you know, stay behind in the 6th grade and repeat it. Now, you guys, I honestly would have stayed behind in 6th grade. I would not have mind if I failed the class and had to repeat. The only thing that stopped me from wanting to do what was right as far as me not being behind in classes, especially math, it was because I didn't care for the girls that I was gonna have to be in classes with. They were bullies. So that's the only reason. If I didn't have to deal with the set of mean girls that I was gonna have to restart 6th grade or redo 6th grade over with, if those girls weren't involved, I would have gladly repeated 6th grade so I can be better in math. But my mom actually listened to me for once, and she, you know, let me go on and pass to 7th. So sometimes life happens like that, you know. So I'm gonna read your comments. Oh wow, look at you, know all the you're sharing out tips for the game. That's really cool, guys. I love it. You guys, I have a special guest on. He's actually right here by my side. Hi everyone. So you're playing the game. How's the game going? You know who I am? We've got Lalali and God is hanging out. They're gaming. We've got Oldest 999. They're gaming. I hope you're having a good time gaming. I'll see you later. Fist bump. Wreck-It Ralph came in. So yeah, gaming is fun, and it's nice to know that you all are vibing. I'm vibing with the cool kids. I'm vibing with my peeps, and that's what it's all about, you know. Just a good conversation, just chatting, talking about our lives, you know, what we're going through. And what you guys are currently going through is summer vacation, finding things to keep you busy and happy, getting ready to prepare for your next grade, happy that you made it past the previous grade. You know, that's a lot, and that's enough, you know. That's cool. You're playing Fortnite as well. I like the stuff that comes with Fortnite. I like the fact that it's super colorful. There's outfits. I can say this. How can I say this? Seeing clips of Fortnite, like in my thumbnails and our commercials, and you know, let's say watching the Twitch players play or what have you, some of the outfits are on there that the Fortnite players wear are really cool. And it's neat because if I go to Walmart or Goodwill, I can actually recreate or mimic those outfits and be like, I'm dressed like a Fortnite character. They have some nice outfit choices in there if you're into that. You can get your fashion savvy senses online by playing video games, because you can customize the characters / and or players to be cool. I have my water with me. I know y'all just sitting down gaming or could be standing up gaming, but it's summertime, so you still have to be hydrated, okay? I have my water with me because you just don't want to dehydrate. In the summertime when it's really hot, it's nice to have multiple drinks. Of course, your water, and then like your soda and or juice, you know? And then of course your snacks. You have to have your snacks, so I can say that much for sure. You guys, I've been on this live for 25 minutes, so I'm going to take the time out and start the Cows in the Chat song, because it's been a minute. So let me see. Let me type in cows and get those set up. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children, pets, plants, animals, artificial intelligence, also known as AI, welcome to the Morning Moo with Elay TV. And this time we will be putting cows in the chat to celebrate cows because I like cows. Isn't it obvious? You can put in cows in the chat, your favorite animal emoji in the chat, or your favorite emoji in general in the chat while I sing a little song that goes like this. Harmonica. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. Moo. Calls in the chat. Calls in the chat. They say that America is the great melting pot. I beg to differ. I think planet Earth is the melting pot because we have everything that you can think of down here in this planet. Even artificial intelligence and allegedly aliens too. How can you not love planet Earth? Everything is here. Da 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 da. You guessed it. Everything is here on planet Earth, including me, Wreck-It Ralph. Sit down. You like my spiky hair? Yes, I do like the hair, but please sit down. Thank you guys for your participation and coming in. I'm going to continue talking, but I did the cows in the chat segment already. So back to me being in 4th grade and what I remember out of there. I do remember spelling class. English was mandatory. I found that challenging. What did we do in 4th grade? I think we were introduced to division. Now, thank you guys for putting the animals in the chat. I think I was introduced to division in 4th grade. I know in 4th grade we had a science project that was big. It was like a big science fair project that we had to produce at the end of the year. It was kind of like a rites of passage at our school at that time for every 4th grader to attend and participate in the science fair because it took up a big chunk of your final grade. So we had poster board and whatever we had a poster board and whatever we wanted to come up with far as a topic and such, we used that cardboard. Yeah, that cardboard, and we put our project on there. And we had to set it up in the gym, you know, so everybody, like our parents, friends, neighbors, anyone who was just interested in science would come to the school during like parent-teacher conference time and look at our science fair projects. Teachers would go around, and I think the principal also scored our projects, kind of like on Meet the Robinsons. Now, when Meet the Robinsons had an episode where, not an episode, in the movie of Meet the Robinsons, there was the science fair scene, you know, when the gym teacher was going around rating all the kids' science projects and stuff. So that's pretty much happened to me in 4th grade. What else did we had to learn in 4th grade? I believe that's when we were introduced also to music class, where in the music class, it was less music but more singing. Our teacher, she played the guitar and she was the piano lady. And we would go to, we would all walk single file to her class. And I remember we would go to her singing / music class for like holidays, because there were holiday songs we had to learn for performing, you know, for our family and friends each holiday. Okay, that's cool. Otis and Lolly Goddess. Yeah, y'all keep doing what you're doing. So yeah, the song that stuck out the most was a Thanksgiving song. I realized that I think I only could remember 2 lines of that song. I don't know why I could not remember the whole song. I liked the song. It was pretty. It was Happy Thanksgiving. It was a Happy Thanksgiving song. So when it was time to perform, I only sung the parts I knew and I just lip synced the rest, because I'm like, I don't remember all these words. But I did enjoy performing with the, you know, with the class. So currently, as of now, that's pretty much what I remember as far as what we had to learn in 4th grade. That stuck out to me. Now, in my town at that time, 4th grade was the very last class we had ever in elementary, because when the summertime came, which is now, we will be transitioning off to middle school. Is that how it works at your school? Is 4th grade the very last class you're going to have in elementary, and then when you become 5th graders, you go to a middle school? Every school is different, but that's how it was for me. So when I was in elementary, you know, in 4th grade, I was able to experience being the big kid finally. You know, I was the big kid in the school because 4th grade was the highest class. And it's funny because when I first got to that particular elementary, I was small, right? And I would see all the bigger kids. They seemed way bigger than me. They seemed so advanced. They seemed like they could speak so fluently. It seemed like they knew so much about the world. They seemed faster. They seemed smarter and bigger. And then when I saw the school books they had, they seemed heavier. I'm like, wow, they're brave. They're bold. Look what type of homework books they have. And then next thing you know, a few years passed, I was the big kid. And it's like, wow, it's my turn now. I have the same books that they have, and they look intimidating. I'm reading you guys' comments. Yeah, so I'm not even going to argue with that, because once again, every school is different, every township is different, every state is different on how they run their school system as far as graduating from one building to the next. In my time, that's what it was for us in that town. Now, in the city over, it could have been ranked completely different. But yeah, so that's how it was for me growing up. But I definitely remember 4th grade. I remember we had Halloween parties, Christmas parties, Valentine's parties, all of those things. And I believe that was also in 4th grade. For many of the students, they were declaring that was going to be the last year they did things like trick or treat, pass out Valentines, dress up in their costumes, and have like the Halloween parade. When we were in 4th grade, well, at that elementary, let's say, everyone at that school from Halloween were able to dress up in their costumes after lunch, and we got to get in this line and have like this Halloween parade line where we would walk through the school and show off our Halloween costumes, you know. Oh, congratulations for winning the Fortnite game. Woo woo. So yeah, fourth grade for a lot of kids marked that they declared it was going to be the last time they did things like that, you know. So it was a big milestone for many, including myself. If I can think of anything else in reference to fourth grade, I'll gladly let you guys know. But congratulations right now meaning that you guys are just cooling and vibing because you just had a long year. You know, I don't want you guys to have to be thinking about school already because you just got out. But I was sharing my experiences with that, and I just want you guys to continue to be in your happy place right now of gaming, hanging out with me, getting better at your techniques on video gaming, improving your skills, and just having a good time living life, you know. No worries attached. I know one thing for sure, that today is the last day in the month of June. How do you feel about that? It is June 30th, 2025. For some reason, I thought there was going to be 31 days in this month, but it is not. But today is June 30th, so June 30th. What? I'm going to type into the tablet something. What day is it today? I'm typing in the tablet, what day is it today, to see if I get something. And once again, congratulations, Oldest 999, for winning the Fortnite game. Yay! That's good. I am going to go on this website and see what they say on here. So today's date is Monday, June 30th, 2025. The day number of the year, if that makes any sense, this is the 181st day of the year. Week number 27, month number 6. Oh, really? That's around the corner. Let me put some birthday emojis in the chat for you, okay? Just a moment. Let me get this open. Let me get some birthday chats in here. That's awesome. Let me get that going at... Whoa, someone's birthday. That's practically tomorrow, as fast as time's been going, you know? Practically tomorrow. Let me put happy early a birthday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Woo! Happy early birthday. And congratulations on winning the Fortnite game. And congratulations winning the Fortnite game. Congratulations winning the Fortnite game. FORTN night game. Yay. So I'm saying congratulations on winning the Fortnite game also. There. I spelled a word wrong. Let me fix it. There you go. Congratulations. That's good news. I'm going to put some more party emojis in here because I'm happy. Yay. There. Woo! You're welcome. You're welcome. Round of applause. Round of applause. That's fantastic. No, that's not fantastic. That's turbo-tastic. You're not going turbo on this, are you? What else is going on in reference to today being the last day in June? Yay! Even Lilali and Goddess are celebrating your birthday. Thank you guys for your support. digital cupcakes and birthday cakes to Otis 999. Birthday is around the corner. That's really cool. So yeah, I just wanted to see that. This is pretty neat. I didn't know until now that this is the 181st day of the year. We are entering this is week number 27 of the calendar year, and this is month number 6. We are still halfway into the year 2025. Come tomorrow, we'll be approaching, let's see, how do I say that? It's half. So we'll be entering, I think, the third quarter. We'll be entering the third quarter of the year come tomorrow. And having said that, I hope that all of your years is panning out pretty well, you know. I'm going to look online and see what else I can find in reference to today's date. On June 30th. Question mark. Let me see. I typed in, I'm on Microsoft Bing. That's why my answers are showing up a little differently. For some reason, I thought I was on Google. But in Microsoft Bing, I typed in what happened on June 30th. Let's see if anything interesting happened on June 30th. Like historical events or anything. What happened in June? It says here the first Chevrolet rolls off the line. The first Corvette was built in Flint, Michigan. The Vet had been designed solely for the 1953 New York Auto Show, but enthusiasm from the public and Chevy's chief engineer led to production of this consumer model. It will become an iconic sports car, with 1 million Corvette being produced in 1992. June 30th is the 181st day of the year. In the Gregorian calendar, 184 days remain until the end of the year. Congratulations, everybody. Welcome to the last day of June, and I'm happy to be sharing this moment and day with you guys. I wonder where life will bring us this time next year. Let's see, famous people born in June 30th. Let's find out. You guys, Mike Tyson's birthday is today. Oliver Anthony, Cody Rhodes, Desi Licht, Michael Phelps, Vincent D'Orfo, Thomas Sowell, Blano $, Susan Hayward, Lizzie Kaplan, Fantasia, Cole Swindle, Cheryl, AJ Brown, Tria Turner, Lena Holm, Kelsey Monroe, Yowie Malston, Avila Gore, Stanley Clark, Ratman Sith, Molly Parker. You guys, so many people have been born today. Phil Anelsmo, David Allen Greer, Monica Potter, not to be confused with Harry Potter's people, Norray Shoemaker, David Frum. I went to school with a girl, her last name was Shoemaker or Schumacher. I thought that was really cool, man. She was really nice. David Frum, Joe Maslow, Montezlu, Terry Funk, and so many more. The list goes on and on and on. There's a lot of celebrities whose birthdays are today. Who would have thought, honestly? So happy famous birthdays to you, all of you people. I tell you, you learn something new every day, or are reminded of things at least every day. Or are reminded of things every day, you know? Famous birthdays for June 30th. I'm happy to be here. I wanted to say, it seemed like it's been 5 days since I've been on here speaking with all of you, but I was just on here yesterday. I really enjoy being out here chatting and knowing that, you know, I'm bringing joy to people, including myself. It's fun. It's really fun. That's how life is supposed to be. Let me see if I can. I'm going to go to Google and type in something. What day is it today? Question mark. Let me see what this will say. Anything else special in addition to what we found out that is going on today? Oh, look at the happy face. Thank you for the happy face. Okay, so also, in the people also ask section, it says, what national day is it today? Today is June 30th, is National Meteor Watch Day, also known as National Meteor Day. Additionally, it's International Day for Parliamentarianism, National Corvette Day, and Social Media Day. Did you know it's National Social Media Day? See, we're right on time. Happy Social Media Day also. Who would have thought? I like looking at the national calendar. I mainly like to look on there to see specifically like what kinds of foods we're celebrating today. Like National Donut Day. Well, I hope a meteor isn't coming to the world today, but it says today is National Meteor Watch Day, so maybe I can ask why. Just one moment. I'm going to read. The International Day of Parliamentarianism is observed June 30th. No, I need to know about the meteor, not this. No, so we don't have to watch out for a meteor, according to Wikipedia. Well, June 30th is also Asteroid Day. It's important to note that the two are distinct events according to Wikipedia. Asteroid Day commemorates the Tunguska event, a meteor airburst in Shibro in 1908. So this has something to do with remembering apparently some type of asteroid thing that happened in 1908. So we don't have anything to worry about. No. They said Asteroid Day is the annual global event which is held on June 30th, which is today, the anniversary of the Tunguska event in 1908, when the meteor airburst leveled about 2,150 kilometers of force in Russia. So this is something that they're remembering from 1908 that happened somewhere in Russia. So it's just a day of remembrance for them. So thankfully we don't have to worry about anything like that. Google trying to invoke fear. That's not the case. They're celebrating something that happened way in 1908. So you're okay. This is something, according to Wikipedia, that happened a long time ago. So, you're okay. Let me see here if I can copy and paste this into the chat. I'm going to paste this answer into the chat. Let's see. Just one moment, I'm going to give you the answer. This is the answer I got from Wikipedia. This is the I'm typing something else. Today from Wikipedia. There you go. So that's the answer I got from Wikipedia. Dog is in her kennel and I don't want my dog to be in there alone. She might get possessed. Well, if you feel that way, if you have a spare tablet or Android device or a spare computer or a radio or something, if you feel that way, you can also put some music by your dog so it'll help soothe her and, you know, make her feel less lonely or timid or afraid. Good music helps all living things. So if you know some music without words, or you know some music that's not, you know, like trap house music or drill music, you know, you can put that by her and that should help her out. Especially on the times when you cannot get to her, you know, because simply it's just time for her to be in her cage, in her kennel. Having music should help. I know it helps with plants. Plants like good music. When you play good music, they lean towards the direction of the sound, the good sounds of the music. I'm wishing for the best for your dog. Wishing for the best for your dog. Doggy. Hiya. Yay. D-O-G-G. Doggy. And let me type at 1 there. So you can try that as well, and it should help. I'm going to put some plants in the chat. Shout out to the plants and doggies because they like good music. Plants, P-L-A-N-T, P-L-A-N-T. Plants and dogs. Shout out to the plants and dogs. Plants and dogs. Shout out to the plants and doggies. Shout out to the plants and doggies. Yay! For liking good music. L-I-K-I-N-G, good user. Me, me, me. Me, me, me. Shouts out to the plants and doggies for liking good music. Okay. All right. Keep me posted on what's going on with your doggy. Oh, man. Yup, she just wants to leave. She's ready to hang out with the cool people where all the action is at. She's missing out, you know? She thinks she's missing out on hanging out, you know? Like she'd rather be where you guys are. Welcome back. You said you're still here, so you never left. Yeah, so thank you for keeping us updated on your pet dog. She's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, she is not possessed. She is okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ricky Ralph Pointed Live Leilani and Goddess dog is okay. She is not possessed. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Aww, she gonna act up if she leave. Dang, that's messed up. I saw it though. I saw your comment. That was funny. You don't want her acting out. I get it. I'm gonna put crying laughing. That was funny. I saw it. Yeah, who wants that to happen? She has to be well behaved. Look at you. You got a lot on your shoulders this summer. You had to tend to the pet, play games, multitask, hang out, get prepared for your next school year. You had to relax. And man, you have a lot on your hands. Really? Oh, the poor thing. That's what they do. It takes a lot of time to get them in order. A lot of time and patience and care, you know. So until they get it, you will be cleaning up messes, and it can be taxing. It can be overwhelming at times, especially on the days like right now where you're chilling and relaxing. You may not necessarily want to have to get up and clean up after another mess. You too want a vacation. You too want a break. So, hey, I get it. I hope all goes well with her training. It takes time to train a pet. Let me look for the heart, P-E-T, and put the heart emoji in here. I am looking for, yup. Oh my goodness. Have you thought about getting her invested in doggy diapers? So at least when she's in the house, you know, for a half hour or so, you guys don't have to worry about it because she'll have her pet diaper on. Then it's a win-win situation at least. It's just a thought. Oh my goodness. We are approaching our first hour, and that means it's time for me to wrap up so I can prepare to do other things. I want to thank you all for coming in. I want to thank Leilani and Goddess for coming in today. I have a lot of people start coming in at the top of the hour like you witnessed. Leilani and Goddess, thank you so much for hanging out, spending time with me. Almost Genius, Oldest 999. Once again, happy early birthday. We all gave you warm birthday wishes, cupcakes, and a cake. I got to listen to you guys talk about video games, you know, how life is as you're going from one grade to the next. Yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap things up. The hour is almost here, and I want to prepare for other things. I'm getting ready to go, and I'll sign off with my song, Show me moo moo moo, show me moo. You guys have a good day. Hang in there. Keep moving forward. Bye-bye.